Ever bought a plant because it looks sad and now your garden looks like a botanical soap opera? Yeah, we've all been there. Whether you're a green thumb guru or the kind of person who accidentally overwaters a cactus, you're probably making at least one of these gardening mistakes, and don't worry, we're here to fix them with zero judgment and a whole lot of dirt. Today in this video, we're diving into 15 hilarious but deadly garden mistakes you're making in 2025 and exactly how to fix them before your begonias file for a restraining order. Grab your gloves, your coffee, maybe even a compost cookie, and let's turn your garden from flop to fabulous. Number 15, planting without a plan. You walk into the garden center like it's a rescue mission, grabbing every droopy stem or discounted perennial like you're saving lives. But without a plan, it's chaos. It's the horticultural equivalent of binge-watching 5 TV shows at once. The result? A garden that looks more like a botanical buffet gone rogue, species clashing for light, nutrients, and your attention. Here's the fix. Take 10 minutes and sketch a simple layout. Mark heights, colors, and bloom times. Match plant shapes and shades to create rhythm. Experts suggest sticking with 5 to 10 species you love and repeating them throughout your beds. This repetition calms the chaos and makes maintenance far simpler. Number 14, ignoring climate and microzones. You wouldn't wear snow boots to the beach, so why try planting tropical ferns in an alpine climate or cacti in marshy soil? Ignoring your climate zone is one of the quickest ways to watch your garden fail. Plants will show you they're unhappy. Burnt leaves, zero growth, or worse, total collapse. To avoid this, check your USDA or local hardiness zone. Choose native or drought-tolerant varieties that thrive in your environment with less effort. Lavender, yarrow, and ornamental grasses are low-maintenance champions. Bonus, native plants support pollinators and local wildlife naturally. Right plant, right place, it's a golden rule. Number 13, planting in the wrong spot. That spot under the big oak tree might look lush, but it might as well be a cave for a sun-loving tomato. Conversely, planting hostas in full afternoon blaze is like setting them under a blowtorch. Pay attention to sunlight. Track your yard's sun pattern across a full day. Label areas as full sun, partial shade, or full shade. Match plant tags to these areas. Those tiny labels aren't optional, they're cheat sheets. This single habit can save your plants from weeks of slow suffering. Number 12, overcrowding plants. It's tempting to cram every square inch with green goodness. But your garden isn't a music festival. Plants need elbow room. When seedlings and shrubs are too close, airflow is restricted, diseases thrive, and root systems wage silent war underground. The solution? Stick to spacing guidelines on packets or nursery tags. Think of space as a buffer zone that prevents fungal invasions and reduces competition. And yes, empty space is okay, it's a breathing room, not a failure. Number 11, using poor soil. Planting in whatever dirt happens to be there is a bit like baking without checking if your flour's expired. Soil is more than a medium, it's a plant's entire foundation. If it's compacted or lacking in nutrients, everything struggles. Before planting anything, get a soil test. Either mail samples to a lab or pick up an at-home kit. Test for pH and major nutrients. Then add compost, aged manure, lime, or sulfur depending on what your soil needs. A layer of compost or biochar annually will build long-term structure and fertility. Number 10, watering too much or too little. If your idea of watering is when I remember, it's time for a rethink. Overwatering can rot roots, while underwatering causes plants to wilt, drop leaves, or bolt early. The gold standard is 1 inch of water per week for most plants, delivered slowly, deeply, and ideally in the morning. Drip systems or soaker hoses work best, reducing evaporation and keeping foliage dry. Always check soil moisture an inch below the surface before watering again. Number 9, neglecting weed and pest control. Weeds are freeloaders. They suck up nutrients, block sunlight, and can harbor pests. Let them go unchecked, and they'll mount a full-blown invasion. Same goes for pests. A few aphids today can become an infestation tomorrow. Catch them early. In early summer, pull weeds before they go to seed. Apply mulch or cardboard around beds to suppress new growth. For pests, identify before you react. Then apply integrated pest management strategies. This means using natural deterrents, introducing beneficial insects, and avoiding broad-spectrum pesticides. Number 8. Pruning blunders. Grabbing a pair of shears and going full Edward Scissorhands isn't pruning, it's an attack. Pruning mistakes often happen because people don't know when or how to trim. The result? Fewer blooms, weaker growth, or disfigured shapes. Follow this rule. Prune dead or diseased wood anytime. For flowering plants, prune after they bloom. For tall or heavy perennials like dahlias, stake early so they don't flop or snap during storms. Controlled pruning shapes your plants and keeps them healthy without sending them into shock. Number 7. Planting at the wrong time. Planting tomatoes before the last frost or sowing peas in midsummer is a setup for disappointment. Timing is everything in gardening. Too early or too late, and your plants won't produce much or anything at all. Use your local frost date calendar and read your seed packets. Cool season crops like spinach and lettuce can go in early. Warm season favorites like peppers need heat and possibly indoor starts. Early spring, use seed trays with heat mats to get a jump start on the season. Number 6. Over or under fertilizing. Fertilizer isn't fairy dust. Too much and your plants may grow lush but weak, vulnerable to disease. Too little and they struggle to thrive. Start with compost. It builds healthy soil and provides slow-release nutrition. Then, use balanced fertilizers tailored to your plant's needs. Heavy feeders like tomatoes often need a higher nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium ratio. Always follow the label. Less is often more. Number 5. Skipping hardening off. If you've babied your seedlings indoors under perfect lights, you can't just toss them into the garden and expect smiles. Sudden exposure to sun, wind, and cooler temps is like sending them to boot camp untrained. For example, harden them off gradually. Start with an hour or two of outdoor exposure on a mild day, then extend the time over a week. Cover them if nights drop below freezing. Think of it as garden preschool. They need easing in, not culture shock. Number 4. Blanket pest killers and allergy oversights. Pest control shouldn't mean biological warfare. Blanket chemical sprays often kill more than just aphids. They take down bees, earthworms, and beneficial bugs. Similarly, mowing grass during peak pollen times isn't ideal if you suffer from seasonal allergies. Use targeted solutions. Diatomaceous earth for slugs, hand removal for beetles, and companion planting to repel pests. To minimize allergies, mow early or late in the day when pollen is low, and wear a mask or rinse off after working outdoors. Number 3. Ignoring water conservation. Spraying your garden with reckless abandon can skyrocket your water bill and leave plants more stressed than quenched. Sustainable watering isn't just eco-friendly, it's smart gardening. Use mulch to retain moisture and reduce evaporation. Group plants with similar water needs together. Consider installing timers or smart irrigation controllers to optimize watering frequency. Capture rainwater in barrels or use gray water systems safely. It's conservation with a conscience. Number 2. Neglecting biodiversity and wildlife. A sterile, overgroomed garden might look neat, but it's often devoid of life. Without native plants, flowers, or small hiding spots, pollinators and helpful insects vanish, weakening your ecosystem. Let part of your garden stay wild. Leave leaf litter in a corner or install insect hotels. Interplant vegetables with flowers and herbs to attract bees and repel pests. More diversity means more resilience and less effort over time. Number 1. Lack of a backup plan. Every gardener gets hit with surprises. Late frosts, pest invasions, sudden droughts. Without backups, you're left staring at bare beds. Keep a stash of seeds, especially fast growers like radishes or lettuce, to restart sections quickly. Learn to collect and store heirloom seeds. If one crop fails, plug in another. Your garden doesn't need to be perfect, it needs to be flexible. And there you have it, this video, 15 gardening blunders you'll never have to make again. If your plants could talk, they'd probably throw a garden party in your honor. So if you learned something, laughed a little, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button. It feeds the algorithm like compost feeds your soil.